What is up, YouTube? One of my good childhood memories is when my mom used to make us apple pancakes, or racuchy in Polish. She would make so many that my sister and I would pick at that plate throughout the day until they were all gone. My recipe for racuchy is so straightforward, and the results will definitely be a crowd pleaser. The outside's gonna be crispy and the inside is gonna be nice and soft with delicious flavor. Are you guys ready for this? Let's go. We're gonna get started with 2 apples. Your favorite apples will be just fine. You're gonna peel the apples to get them ready to be grated. Using a box grater on a medium hole, grate the apples down to the core, but don't grate the core. This process will move relatively quickly. Squeeze the apples to release all of the juice. That is the true meaning of fresh squeezed apple juice. Enjoy! Transfer the apples into a new bowl and put off to the side for later. Next, we're going to get started with the dry ingredients. Sift 2 cups or 250 grams of all-purpose flour. Sifting the flour will ensure that you don't have clumps and you have a fluffier pancake in the end. To the sifted flour, add a half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda. The baking powder and baking soda will be responsible for giving the apple pancake that light texture that we're all looking for. To that, add 1 tablespoon of vanilla sugar. If you can't find vanilla sugar, it's easy to make. Just put a vanilla pod in regular sugar and wait until the flavors infuse. In a separate container, combine 2 eggs with 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of sugar. Whisk together until the eggs are aerated and frothy. The color will become a pale yellow. That should be good. Add the eggs into the flour mixture and begin to whisk together. Add 1 cup or 250 milliliters of milk and mix until smooth. The consistency that you're looking for is between an American pancake and cake batter. The batter should not have any clumps at this point. Once the batter is smooth, add the apples that you grated before. To that, add a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Mix together so the dough and apples become one. It's okay if it's lumpy at this point because it's just the apples. Heat up a pan with oil in it. You will want to use a high heat tolerant oil that's also flavorless. Do not use olive oil. To check if the oil is hot enough, you can sprinkle a little flour onto the oil. If you see the flour bubble up, you're good to proceed. You can make the pancakes whatever size you want, but to make it easier, I use a 1/4 cup measuring cup. Notice that the pancakes are not frying vigorously. That is okay. In fact, you don't want to fry on high heat, otherwise the racuchy will just burn. Fry on low to medium low. I get about 4 pancakes on at the same time. If I really tried, I could potentially get 5. See the little bubbles around the edges? This process is very similar to American pancakes. When you see the bubbles, that is a good sign that you're almost ready to flip. When you flip them, they will still rise a little. Each side fries for about 1 to 2 minutes. When the pancakes are golden brown on both sides, transfer to a drying rack that's covered with paper to absorb some of the oil. Repeat the process until you have no more batter left. I get about 10 or so out of this recipe. Be careful when flipping. After the racuchy or apple pancakes have had a chance to cool, transfer to a plate and go to town with some powdered sugar. As I was making these, my whole house smelled like my childhood. Do you have good memories of eating apple pancakes or racuchy when you were younger? I'd love to hear about it. Leave it in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, click the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to be notified of my future videos. As always, thank you for checking out Rafal's Food, and we'll see you soon. These come out perfect each and every time. The only bad part is that they don't last too long. Enjoy!